Welcome to Zentangle Project Pack number 17. This is day 4. My name is Rick,
Hi, I'm Maria.
and this series is good to do in order. So if you're just finding this video, please start from the beginning of the series.
So I'm going to grab the tile that Martha was working on, and I'm going to add a little bit of tangling to the center sections. So the way we're working this in this kaleidoscope manner, we want all the sides to match up with all the different sides that we're doing. So we're going to add these crescent shape and if you want to watch, this is going to be a little bit different than what we usually do. I'm going to do one of these crescent shapes that's sort of centered in the middle. So it's centered in the middle of that line right there. And it's like you're doing a ladybug crescent shape. And now I'm going to take another tile from that set. I'm going to match it up, and I'm going to make it the same size.
Right. And so it'll be in sort of the same place and mirrored in effect.
Right. And don't worry, it's not exact science, but it's going to be kaleidoscope science. So I'm going to try to imitate the shape of that on each one of these sides on each of the tiles.
So that's really clever because you did it on that one, and now you can use this one to do the other two.
That's right. And you'll be able to use it on your tiles.
Right.
So match them up pretty much. You know, you can see those lines, those center lines lining up. And I'm going to put all of these crescents down first on all of the sides of my tiles. Taking my time, enjoying the fill and the black. Every part of tangling is meant to be enjoyed. Even the most plainest, easiest ones can bring you to a wonderful meditation.
Yeah, and particularly filling in. You'd think, oh, this is just something to rush through, but no, just savor it and appreciating the ink coming out of the pen and really filling that in and loving that whole process, each step of it.
And as you begin your journey, your Zentangle journey, and you start following other Zentangle artists, everybody has their own way of filling in, which is really interesting, and they probably have a reason for it. I kind of vary from here to there. So you can see I'm going to add the next step in this, and it's sort of like a Mooka-ish tendril going from the center of that crescent, from the black, to the center of the tile. And it has a slight curve, like a S curve.
Like a tendril would, right?
Yeah.
Like a Mooka would.
It would. Mookas are wont to do exactly what they want to do, right? So you can see this is starting to grow into a beautiful composition, just even seeing it like this.
And you're just sort of kissing those, where those other elements come together.
Right. So we're going to aura around that Mooka frond.
So we're putting like crescent moon auras behind the frond there.
Right.
And basically whatever she does in one section there, she's doing in another. And your sections may be different than this one, and that's part of the charm of this whole project pack. But there will be some part of your tile, even if it's a different shape, that is still yet to be tangled. And you just picked one of the ones that were there, and it doesn't matter which one. So
now I'm aura-ing that Mooka tendril, but you can see I've got it tethered from the top and then, getting bigger as it comes down. So it's this beautiful, graceful line from the top of the Mooka down to that crescent. Watch carefully where it comes off the top and gently curves down.
And so just doing one on each one, rotating the tile.
And we're going to be doing this eventually on all 6 of this particular series right here. Now this aura is very important. It's going to go to the edge, whatever your edge looks like. And this is going to allow all of these to match up when you put them side to side.
When we created these pre-strung 3Z tiles, they're very different shapes, but they all match up one to another.
So I'm working with my darker gray pen right now just to add a little bit of difference. It's hard to see on the film here, but it does have a beautiful effect. It's subtle and just lovely, lovely. So take your time. We're going to aura back and forth from that Mooka frond to the other way. And it's almost like a betweed.
Right.
You can see it going back and forth, creating that woven effect. It's so beautiful.
And you can fit it in to whatever the shape that your particular one is. You can just, move it like it's silly putty.
Right. So you can see we're going to go doing it on both sides. Watch this through and maybe rewind and go back again. But you're going to have such practice after doing all 6 of these.
Right. And hold your tile in whichever way is comfortable for you. And you may end up trying different ways and, oh, that works good, works better for me, even though I'm holding it different than Maria is.
I'm not turning it too much because there's small lines, and I just want you to appreciate the betweed part of this.
Nice effect.
So we're going to go back now on the next one. And again, from the Mooka frond up the top, it's tethered at the top. It gets fatter as it goes down. And then betweed.
And just alternating back and forth.
Very elegant weaving. I haven't used Betweed in a long time. It's an old friend, and it's one of the first videos we ever did.
Right, you can see somewhere on the channel there is the original Betweed video.
Yeah.
So now that you've got one, you're going to...
we're going to do it on all 6 of those.
On all 6 of them.
I'm going in and just going to add a little balance in there. You see how you can cheat with this stuff. It's so easy to cheat, and I encourage you whenever it needs.
And it's also just like Maria will look at it and pause and say, and sort of have a communication or a conversation with the tile, like, okay, where do I want to go next?
Right. So I'm going to do this once more so you can follow through. And then I'll let you do all 4 of the rest of your tiles on your own. So here comes the Mooka fronds. They're going to be going in the same direction every time. Over to up and to the right. And even though I'm going quickly here, get a feel of this rhythm. Watch it, and then you can stop and start it again if you need to.
And if you're just starting to watch this video, you know that we also have an alternate way to play along if you were unable to get the project pack. And so that is also in the early video of this series.
Right.
So once that is set up, Maria went back in and is doing the Betweed. Just this lovely texture, and that's with the gray pen. Part of what's going to be fun about this is watching what everybody did on the app, because people are working with different strings.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Different strings, and some of them on different sheets of paper. So.
right, and different color pencils and
So
everything.
you can see now what happens here. You're going to have the Mookas are going to create S shapes, almost like Elish. Remember Elish? You can see I'm adding some weighting here, just because. Just because.
Just
because I go in and add a little love. I'm adding some darkness in the middle.
Just that little touch.
Yeah.
Neat. Right, so look at how much this difference, that little bit of accent of really intense color.
Yeah, I'm sort of doing rounding where that Mooka frond goes up. Rounding is a very powerful thing to add to your just adding a little bit of drama is rounding.
And then the contrast of the graphite with that white Mooka. Maria did this showing how it could be on one of the other strings as well.
Right. They'll all look a slightly bit different, and which is great. That's what our whole thing is.
Right, so you can see how you can just put them together, and then this whole kaleidoscopic impact, right?
Look how fun. It's a lot of movement. It's almost like fluttering wings.
That's sweet.
Really, huh? How cool is that? Now, and on the dream catcher, we each did our 6 versions of each tangle on here, and there's 72 spaces, enough for 6 of each of the tangles that we're doing exactly. Look at this; it's going to be beautiful. It's just such a lovely composition, and it's like a crazy quilt. We don't, there's no reason where we put them.
So thanks for playing along, and stay tuned for the next day, and thanks for being here.
See you later.
Bye now.